Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Yuen again, and I am back with another story. Now today's book is a little different because today's book is actually a math book. And today's book is the Crayon counting book. Now this book is very special to me because I actually got to meet one of the authors of this book. So this book was written by two people, and I got to meet one of the authors, Jerry Pallotta, and he signed my book. Isn't that cool? It says, "To Ashley," that's my first name, and he signed his name right here. And then he even added some speech bubbles for the crayons as if they're talking. So this one says, "Read." This one says, "Count." And this one says, "Smile." So it's a very special book because not only is it a really great book, but the author himself signed it. And he was super duper nice. So I have that great memory tied with this book. And I'm excited to share this with you today. Now in this story, when we count, we are going to be skip counting. Now skip counting is where you count and you skip numbers, which is why it's called skip counting. So you are going to count by twos. Now for the first part of the book, we are going to count the even numbers. And for the second half of the book, we're going to skip count the odd numbers. Now, whenever a number is an even number, it means that all of the parts of it have a buddy. So for instance, let's take the number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to match each of these up with a buddy, they have a buddy. So these have a buddy, and they have a buddy. There's no fingers left over. But let's say I want to take the number 3. 1, 2, and then 3. Well, this finger and this finger have a buddy, but this one's left out. There's no buddy for it. So odd numbers always have one little guy left out that doesn't get a buddy. But with even numbers, everything is even. That's kind of how I remember it. With even numbers, everything is even. So let's get into our story, and while I'm reading, I want you to count with me. Here we go. The Crayon Counting Book by Pam Munoz Ryan and Jerry Pallotta. Illustrated by Frank Mazzola Jr. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're starting with nothing. And what number do we write whenever we want to represent nothing? 0. Let's begin counting. Take a careful look at the colorful crayons in this book. Here's an empty box of exactly none. There are 0 inside instead of some. So if we're skip counting, if we start at 0, we would skip the number 1, and then we would go to what number? 2. Here we go. 1 color crayon plus 1 makes 2. Like sun and sky, here are yellow and blue. Along comes a set with violet and red. Now there are 4 on the page instead. So we have 2 and we have 4. What's going to come next? Let's see. You can create an interesting stack by adding the partners orange and black. So we have 6 and now we have 8. White joins the party, and so does brown. Put 8 in order, some up, some down. Here's a bright duo. Once again, pink and green make a family of 10. 12. Welcome the buddies peach and gray and discover a dozen in this display. So whenever you say you have a dozen means 12. So if you go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a dozen donuts, you got 12 donuts. 14. An extra couple will demonstrate there are 14 here to contemplate. Those are some big words. 16. A set of twins joins the color scheme, which brings the count to precisely 16. 18. A brilliant twosome enters the crowd, and 18 are standing tall and proud. 20. Another double is just plenty to make a pyramid of 20. 22. Binary colors come into view and bring the number to 22. 24. This is the last invited pair. Now 2 dozen, or 24, are there. So 24 is 2 dozen because we have 2 groups of 12. Let's count by 2s together all the way to 24. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. You counted the even numbers. Applaud! Now, start over at 1 and count the odd. Okay, so we skip counted and we counted the even numbers, and now we're going to count the odd. So we're going to start with the number 1. 1. One awesome black standing on its head. 3. 3 primary colors, blue, yellow, red. Okay, so we're at 3. We gotta skip a number. Now what are we gonna do? 5. 5 blushing pinks lying in a row. 7. 7 multicolors from the rainbow. 9. 9 purples, almost every shade. 11. 11 greens in this cheerful parade. 13. 13 reds in radiant hues. 15. 15 different fascinating blues. 17. 17 pastels, delicate and light. 19. 19 hot shots, bold and bright. 21. 21 tones of orange, peach, and brown. 23. 23 colors that circle around. Okay, and now we are going to count by 2s, or skip count, and we're going to start at 1. Here we go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23. Hooray! We counted by 2s 2 different ways. All right, so we counted the even numbers and then the odd numbers. You have completed this counting rhyme. You can try it again another time. Now gather the crayons and put them back and close the lid on this colorful pack. The end. Woohoo! I love crayons and I love counting. And I want you to tell me what your favorite number is. My favorite number is 22. I like that number. I like it because it's an even number. I like even numbers. It has 2 of the same numbers in it, and it's also my wedding anniversary, so it's a very special number. So I want you to think about what your favorite number is, and then let me know what your favorite number is and why. I enjoyed being with you today, and I will see you tomorrow.